Welcome to Cat Soup! My name is Kai. I'm a non-binary human, and my pronouns are they, them. Hi. Hey. I feel nervous. I do. I feel really nervous because I'm going to speak my truth. I see some little dust motes floating around in the evening air around me. And I'm in my room. I'm going to tell you a story. I think that's the way I want to sort of set it up, sort of as a story about why I want to move to Vancouver. That's the question people have been asking me. Why Vancouver? Or like, why are you moving? Why? And I haven't been answering it like in a way that feels like I'm really speaking my truth. I'm really getting to the heart of it. I think I'm often answering in a way of sort of being like, oh, I'm going to be logical about this, because it's a more diverse community, because it's a city and I'm more of a city person. And like, those things are true to an extent. I don't know if I'm actually a city person or not. I don't know if you can. Like, I'm more of a people person. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. But I think that everybody is a people person because we're social animals. I don't know. Just gonna readjust. Huh. So yeah. Why Vancouver? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to when I first moved to the West Coast. And not exactly first, because when I was little, actually the first time I moved to the West, so maybe I will go to the very first. The first time I moved to the West Coast, I was 8 months old. I was born in Toronto and we moved to Vancouver. I actually had my formative years in Vancouver from 8 months to 5.5. Things I remember from living in Vancouver when I was really little. I remember eating seaweed on the beach because my dad would. And so I would too. And I love salt. I still love salt. So you'd also catch me like, I'd be like in this, like the sea, like drinking water. My mom would be like, stop drinking the seawater. And I'd be like, seawater. Because I like salt. So I remember those things. I remember actually having friends. I had a lot of friends when I was like that, kind of like, I mean, my earliest memory is like from age 4. So from like 4 to 5.5, I remember having lots of friends, lots of people to play with. Excuse me. And then we moved to Edmonton, and that's where I mostly grew up. Till about 3 years ago. So when I was 28, I decided to move to the West Coast. And telling people why felt like really a lot more powerful than like, why are you moving? I was just like, it was almost like I had a vision. So it felt like very much like, I was just like, oh, like as soon as like, because I decided to take this trip down the West Coast. And at the first stop of my trip was Gabriel Island, which is just off the coast of Vancouver Island. And I just tell people, I was like, oh yeah, I just knew. Like when I landed in Gabriel, I just had this deep feeling in my bones that I needed to move out west, that I wasn't coming out here just to travel, that I was actually coming out here to move. I just knew. And that answer always seemed so like yeah. Like I had like a vision, or I had this deep knowing, and like, ooh, like that's so satisfying. And I never felt like I had to explain any more than that. Well, maybe a little bit, because society kind of like wants to have like a logical reason for things a lot of the time. So yeah, I moved to Vancouver Island about 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years at the end of August. And it has been very difficult. Very difficult. And very expansive. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned how to dumpster dive. I've learned how to navigate food banks. I've learned how to practice consent in relationships. I learned that I was transgender and that I was non-binary and that my name was Kai. Actually, I discovered my name, so that was pretty cool. And my time in Victoria, my time on the island is coming to an end. I also came out here to escape. I came out here to avoid. I came out here to heal. So I'm going to say heal instead, because sometimes, like, you know, you do need to avoid being triggered all the time. You need to avoid stimulus that's hurt you. And that was really me. I was like kind of like a little animal crawling into a hole to heal. And Victoria's the hole. Sorry. My Victoria friends watching this. Victoria isn't a hole, but I think that metaphor is really funny, though. Some people might be offended by that. So yeah. God, Victoria's a hole. I think what's more honest to say is that now I'm all like, from laughing. Victoria was a place of healing, and it was kind of a place to sort of avoid sort of more of the mainstream culture, to avoid, like, it's just, I became disillusioned with it. Because I thought, like, oh, the West Coast is like, oh, where all the hippies hang out. It's going to be so progressive. But in every subculture or culture, there's always going to be problematic stuff. There's always going to be people that just say one thing but do another. And I've seen that time and time again. So that's partially why. But why? I want to really talk about why Vancouver. Why do I want to move to Vancouver? So I did a picture, and it's here. And I did this picture yesterday, and I really like it. Because it feels like in the picture, if you can see, there's like the little tent. Well, it looks like sort of like a tent or mountains. It has like almost like the little Baba Yaga feet. It has like a little feather tail. And it has like this compass around it. And the ocean behind it. And that really feels like me just like picking up my camp. Because I've been camping out here. That's really what it feels like. I've been camping out here. I haven't actually set up home. I've been camping out. I've been picking up. I've been moving so much. I've had to pack up my bags, I think, over 25 times in the last 3 years. Like, there's just been constant moving, constant flux, constant change. And Vancouver feels like the next step. Or it's a step. That's what it's a step. And I love what it says on the, it says, welcome back. That's like, welcome back. That's really what I've been trying to articulate to people, and they just haven't been, like, it's kind of been going, maybe because I haven't been able to say it from the heart, because I've been scared, but welcome back. I feel like I've been away on this journey, like I've been gone, and now Vancouver is taking a step back towards society. And usually taking a step back means like, but I'm taking a step back towards something. I'm taking a step back towards being more connected to my family, because they're on the mainland. Yeah, they aren't in BC, they aren't on the west, but they're on the mainland. And you know, a lot of other things I love are on the mainland, like California and Oregon. And I just feel like it's a step to being more connected and just more who I am. And it's not really Vancouver. It's not like I'm picking the city. Like when I came out to like Vancouver Island, there was a sense of like, oh, I'm gonna pick Victoria because I had some romantic idea about what it was. Also, that wasn't exactly true. It also had more services. But I don't have any romantic ideas about Vancouver. I'm not like, oh, Vancouver is gonna, maybe that, I have a few romantic ideas about, but in general, I'm just like, it's a big city. Big cities are intimidating. But there's also more there. There's also more people there. There is more diversity. And it does feel like just, I want to come back because I'm losing the train of it. welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's like rejoining society. It's like I've been on a journey. And going to Vancouver is like saying, welcome back. I've been doing all this healing work. Welcome back. I've been a hermit. Welcome back. It's a step towards being more connected. And maybe I will go back to Edmonton one day. Maybe I will go back and live where my sisters live and my mom lives, because I love them. But I'm not ready for that. So it's a step. And maybe it's a step down to California or Oregon, because I love those places. But it's a step. It's a welcome back. It's a rejoining of society. And it's just, I love in the picture how there's like the two birds in the sky coming to meet this one bird. I feel like I've just had like one little bird watching over me on the island, but now it's like Raven and Crow are coming and they're rejoining me, and they're going to be here with me. And this is all very metaphorical, but I feel like something about having more allies on the mainland, having more family, and welcome back. Yeah. So, if you'd like to help me with my journey back, then now's your chance to donate. I'm probably doing it on the wrong side. I don't know. I never remember which way I should be pointing, so I just always end up pointing both ways. But yeah, I would still like some help with my GoFundMe. If you're able to, I appreciate it. If you're not, I totally get it. So, thank you. Bye-bye.